Because we don't want Sears to have to.
Will please come to order. Today's devotional exercises will be conducted by Reverend Kevin Holland Sparrow of Christ Episcopal Church of Montpelier. Welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here this afternoon. I've recently become interested in taglines due to some work we've been doing in our parish. Taglines are the short marketing words that brands or products use to identify themselves, of course. My own denomination recently tried a new tagline: love God, love your neighbor, change the world. Our own state's motto, or tagline, if you will, is, as you know, freedom and unity. A motto that articulates, it seems, the twin aims of a government or legislative body: the balance of individual freedom with the goal of unity of purpose within community. A goal that is, at the best of times, can be a challenge, but one that we are called to undertake, both in government and as governmental leaders, and also within our own lives. Pauli Murray, both an influential legal scholar as well as a priest in the Episcopal Church, summed it up well, I believe. True community is based upon equality, mutuality, and reciprocity. It affirms the richness of individual diversity, as well as the common human ties that bind us together. Our common challenge as legislators and citizens is to work for policies and laws which really do build up this community of equality, mutuality, and reciprocity. It is a great responsibility, but one that I know that we all take very seriously. I wonder, what are your own taglines in this important work that you do for the people of our state? What are your own guiding principles as you work for freedom and unity in our own community? We pray. Divine One, known by many names, the founders of our nation understood our strength to be in the celebration of our differences, while assiduously working to put aside our divisions behind us. Continue to guide us, all of us, especially the members of this body, in realizing the dream of this great country, to be a nation indivisible, a nation seeking freedom and unity, and above all, a nation providing liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Thank you. Are there any announcements? Seeing none, we have a few gubernatorial appointments for announcement today. The governor has indicated he is appointing Maureen Bogosian as a member of the Board of Medical Practice. We have Sean Naylor appointed to Secretary and State CIO of the Agency of Digital Services. And we have Michelle Phelps appointed as a member of the State Labor Relations Board. We have two joint resolutions for introduction. Joint Resolution 10, please, Joint Resolution Senate 10, please listen to the reading of the resolution by title only.
JRS 10, Joint Resolution providing for the election of a Sergeant-at-Arms and 3 trustees of the University of Vermont and State Agricultural College.
Now you've heard the first reading of the resolution, and under Rule 51 will be placed on the calendar for action on the next legislative day. We have JRS 11. Please listen to the first reading of the resolution by title.
JRS 11, Joint Resolution establishing a procedure for the conduct of the election of the University of Vermont and State Agricultural College trustees by plurality vote by the General Assembly in 2023.
Now you've heard the first reading of the resolution, and also under Rule 51 will be placed on the calendar for action on the next legislative day. We have a number of Senate bills for introduction. Please bear with us as we run through them. There's just a few. S32, introduced by Senator Rom Hinsdale and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill, again by title only.
S32, an act relating to ranked choice voting for presidential primary elections.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill is referred to Committee on Government Operations. We have S33, introduced by Senator Sears. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S33, an act relating to miscellaneous judiciary procedures.
You've heard the first reading of the bills referred to Committee on Judiciary. We have S34 introduced by Senator Chittenden. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S34, an act relating to kindergarten enrollment age.
You've heard the first reading of the bills referred to the Committee on Education. We have S35 introduced by Senator White and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S35, an act relating to the Town of Hartford's Tax Increment Financing District.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bills referred to the Committee on Finance. We have S36 introduced by Senator Sears and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S36, an act relating to permitting an arrest without a warrant for assaults and threats against healthcare workers and disorderly conduct at healthcare facilities.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bills referred to the Committee on Judiciary. We have S37 introduced by Senator Lyons and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
S37, an act relating to access to legally protected healthcare activity and regulation of healthcare providers.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill and is referred to the Committee on Health and Welfare. We have a House bill for reference. Please listen to the first reading of the bill. It is H28.
H28, an act relating to diversion and expungement.
Now you've heard the first reading of the bill is referred to the Committee on Judiciary. There being no orders of the day, I'd like to recognize the Senator from Chittenden Central.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pending announcements, I would move that the Senate stand in adjournment until 1 p.m. Thursday, January 26th.
Senator has moved that the Senate stand adjournment until 1 p.m. Thursday, January 26th. Pending announcements, are there any announcements? Senator from Bennington.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Education will meet at 1:30.
Senator from Washington.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Finance will meet at 1:30.
Senator from Madison.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Government Operations will meet at 1:30.
Are there any further announcements? Senator from Essex.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate institutions will meet 15 minutes after the call of the gavel.
Senator from Windsor.
Sadly, I rise to inform this body that Farmers Night has had to be canceled tonight. And I hope you will all plan for next week, because next week we have the Vermont Symphony Orchestra, and I hope you will all take that opportunity to take an hour's break and listen to glorious music.
Are there any further announcements? Senator from Madison.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Natural Resources and Energy will meet at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Any further announcements? Seeing none, the Senator from Chittenden Central has moved the Senate stand adjournment until 1 p.m. Thursday, January 26th. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed indicate by saying nay. The ayes have it, and the Senate will stand adjournment until Thursday, January 26th at 1 p.m.